Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. EG versus VG about to square off. We've got a set of casters here. Ziori. We've got Ryu Borez to the left, and to the right, one Synderen. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How about you, Alan? Are you feeling fresh today?
Damn, you should have called him Ryan.
That was
my
a good
new
opportunity.
Name. Ryu plus Alan.
Ryan. Very creative.
I don't want to be mad anymore. We already got Cyborg Matt.
Too many mats.
Too many mats.
All right. So, Synderen, how you feeling about this series? EG, VG, who are your rares on? Our initial panel was split 50-50.
Oh, I think Vici Gaming will win. They did lose to Secret yesterday, but they're really good at learning from losses. So is EG, actually. So both teams, great comeback teams, I guess, in their own right. I think Vici has looked the most consistently strong throughout the tournament. They did lose yesterday, but apart from that, very solid. And they lost 2-1. They didn't get 2-0'd either. Right. So I think most likely outcome is 2-0 Vici or 2-1 Vici. And then, well, out of those two, I guess 2-1 Vici is my guess.
Alan, do you have a slightly less long-winded prediction?
EG's comeback in this tournament, It's been really good so far, and I just want to see if they can keep that up. So
okay, so you're going to side with Mott. You're going to side with me and Parker. So, all right, NA Dota, sticking to NA Dota.
I love VG, though. I got to admin quite a few of their games there. So I love their playstyle. I love their hype, them talking all the time. It's pretty good.
It's true. They are pretty hype. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look at this draft, Game 1 of EG versus VG. Okie dokie. First pick goes the way of the Evil Geniuses. They'll be on the Dire side. Vici taking the Radiant. Wisp, Visage banned out by the Dire. Abaddon and Shadow Demon taken out by Vici. So banning around that PPD a little bit.
They weren't kidding yesterday with Eternal Envy said that. You got to ban all PPD's heroes. And I agree with the Shadow Demon. I don't know so much about the Abaddon. You could always ban that in the second phase, but yeah, VG picking up the Bounty Hunter, maybe expecting EG to go Chen still, having to pick that up now. What's the point of this right now?
They played this yesterday in a game without Chen 2. They played it against LGD, and FY's Bounty Hunter was just ridiculous, actually, in that game.
Did they have any junglers or anything?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. They ran 2-on-2 lanes, I think, and then Ice was offlane on a Spirit Breaker. Bounty Hunter roamed down there, and they got a double kill.
Yeah, the Spirit Breaker game.
It was a very impressive game from Vici Gaming. I think this, right now, to me, in the tournament, has been their absolutely strongest hero-player combination. And it's great against Chen, but I don't think it's a requirement for FY.
And I think part of this first pick is there's a chance Ice could play this. He has played Bounty Hunter in the offlane before. Definitely not very common. They'll take the Bristleback here, the other big breadwinner of this tournament. I know you've been talking up BB quite a bit, and so I would say this Bounty Hunter is a little bit of a... Let's see how they react to this. Are they assuming it's FY? Do they assume that it could be in the offlane? Options, Alan. That's what they're presenting themselves with.
Yep, they can still run the dual lane. We've seen Bristleback mid yesterday. Bristleback can go to any lane, and probably will be another support Bounty Hunter roaming around, causing havoc everywhere.
10 seconds.
So what does EG grab to go with their gyrocopter?
5 seconds remaining.
I mean,
they might just get a standard defensive support for PPD before it gets banned out.
Right.
So thinking something
Rubik's
like Shaker,
pretty good.
Rubik. I don't think he plays Rubik even.
Treant's still in the pool. We haven't seen a lot of Treant this tournament, but
he's pretty cool against Bristle, actually.
I mean, Gyro's already good. How do you guys feel about Gyro against Bristle? I kind of like
amazing in the laning stage. I mean, Gyro's one of the few heroes that can solo kill Bristleback early on.
All that magic damage.
Yeah. Clockwork, though. Okay, safe and sound. There's your universe.
It's a good setup, obviously. Hookshot into Cogs and then with call down makes for a great team fight. It's something I've talked about on a few occasions. Is for me a really good lineup. Like, there's obviously different like how to say it, archetypes of lineups or whatever. If you're playing any sort of lineup that's looking to team fight, I think it's really crucial to have a clear initiator and a clear follow-up. So say, for example, you have a Beastmaster with Roar, you force a fight, the enemy team tries to counter-initiate you, and then your, for example, Sand King comes in with an Epicenter, right? Anything to force a fight, anything to win the fight after. And they already have those two things right now with a Clockwork hookshot into call down if the enemy team tries to turn. Vici Gaming not taking that route just yet. They might not be playing a team fight game at all. They were extremely good at playing skirmish when they had the Bounty Hunter on a couple of occasions, and Bristleback can definitely play that type of style, but of course also good for the base siege when the time comes.
Yeah, Clockwork's great against both of these heroes, can just lock them in place. There's no whisk to relocate them out. They really need to have maybe a Venge or a Rubik, you know, coming up here to really get this Clockwork off their backs right now, because I do think this is the best pick for EG right now, and Universe can get a lot done in this off lane here too. So, and worst case scenario, Clockwork versus Bristleback 1v1. I think Clock has that upper hand. Because all he has to do is burn the mana.
Yeah.
And then once you get level 4 or 5, you have max battery assault, or level 2, 3, and then you can get that kill.
It's a really interesting lane because generally when we have melee versus melee, there's like a clear-cut winner on paper most of the time.
Yeah.
But this is one of those matchups that can actually go either way, and it totally depends on whether the cogs work as intended or not. They are very, they still seem quite random at times. If you catch Bristleback inside the cogs and there's any creeps around, Bristleback wins it hands down because battery assault won't be hitting him. Only if you knock him back a couple times with the cogs and he's out of mana, that hero is pretty useless in lane. So it's all about the timing for Universe, who we are, of course, assuming will be playing Clock, but I somehow don't think this is the lane we're gonna see. I think Vici Gaming will play Bristleback the secret way, which is most of the time mid. I think Secret won with it every single time mid, and the one time they put it offlane on Xylee, they lost. I mean, that's still, you know, there's obviously a lot of factors in that game, but
yeah.
VG love to run their dual lane. Yeah, they love to run their dual lanes with the Bounty Hunter Bristleback, but maybe they have to change it up now because of the situations that are being, because you're against a gyrocopter that can burst out all that damage.
Whoa.
And, well, they're not going to change it up at all.
I like this from Vici, though. With the first third pick, they'll limit Sumail's options here. They take out his prize Shadow Fiend, take the Storm for themselves, probably for Super in the mid lane. What is Sumail playing now?
There's still Quab and
Queen of Pain. Yeah,
Puck's
that's true.
not too bad. Puck can shut down a Storm early game really hard. If you got some, even if you have one rotation and you kill him, you're going to get 6 and he'll be level 4. So you can shut down the Storm pretty easily, especially on the Dire side.
It's one of those classic
they're on the Dire.
You could play Lina too.
Oh yeah,
Lena's.
We've seen mostly
it's a really good
roaming
matchup
Lina.
against Storm.
If you get Lina with Ags against a Bristleback, that hero just melts. So that's another great counter for the hero.
Whenever I see an enemy team getting a Storm, there's like two things you want to do, or at least one of them. Either you want to counterpick him with stuns or silences so you can deal with him in the mid game, or you want to have a favorable lane matchup and gank him twice or 3 times before level 6. They're going to get the counterpick first.
It's a good hero to
getting
deal
his
with.
lion.
Even though Hex was nerfed, still very good against Storm. Finger, the big burst.
Is it too greedy, though, going against the Bounty Hunter that's going to be roaming? Because the Lion is one of the most greedy, I would say, one of the greediest heroes you can get right now.
This is a little risky, I would agree.
Would you say he's more greedy than Sand King?
No, Sand King can just leech and then always go back and pull, and he can always get those lucky bounty runes, whereas Lion needs to get like 5 at least for that stun, and then obviously get the 6 to roam around and gank better.
Okay.
I mean, you can't take anything away from Hex though. The disable early on is great, especially when you're going against you have a gyro with a rocket barrage. So if you hack somebody, you dust him, you're gonna have rocket barrage up by the time the dust wears off. So the bounty hunter's gonna be dead.
Right. All right, Vici running out of reserve time here. They settle on the Vengeful Spirit, a support that's been a little bit underloved this tournament, but some nice natural synergy here. Minus armor with the Bristleback, defensive swap, nice stun setup.
Yeah, it was either ban Venge or Rubik. They wanted either of those, but instead they're going to ban the Brood and the Darkseer. I think I talked about. I don't know what their exact record is. It has to be 0-4 or 0-5 for EG this tournament against Brood. They have no way to beat the hero. right now.
Especially against Vici. I mean, that's like I would say a
Ice
core
hero.
hero on Ice Ice Ice.
Remaining.
I think every hero is a core hero in Ice Ice Ice.
Pretty much.
Seconds.
Maybe this is an
Remaining.
offlane advantage. Who knows?
That's possible.
I'm thinking about what Vici Gaming wants to get last, because
It's still a pretty open-ended draft.
looking at
Yeah.
how they've played the whole tournament, Lishrak could be cool, but I think they don't want to run it into the clock, which might also be one of the reasons EG picked it earlier. It was good against the first two, but also good against the potential Lishrak that Vici have been running 2 or 3 games on How, I think.
I think this is just a puck game for Sumail right now. I think they should just pick it and then save. Maybe they can always. I don't think you're going to go a jungler with AUI anymore. You can't go Coddle. You can't go Enigma with this Bounty Hunter pick. So I don't know. The only other option is to really run aggressive or just gank the Storm Spirit, it feels like for me.
Yeah, I mean, again, I hate to go back to this, but I guess Vici
Oh.
could look to throw a curveball here and grab something like a Ruik to pair with Avenge and end up off-laning the Bounty Hunter. But now we'll see a TA from EG. Does Hal play
TA's
the Bristle?
TA's minus armor is great against the Bristleback, but still, you get those quills off, you get the goo on her, she gets run down instantly. And
Yeah.
Remaining.
and Storm versus TA, it's not really a matchup that TA wins necessarily. Once she
kind of a
gets 4 or 5,
break-even, isn't it?
once she gets 4 and 5, she starts dominating the lane. But Storm still can hold his own in the early game.
And
then
he
he's
can always
on
go back
Radiant.
for stacks
Yeah,
as
he's
well.
on Radiant. So.
And the thing about that matchup too is, if you look at Storm versus TA, how do you define that TA wins a lane, right? If you, let's say TA gets 4 or 5 more CS than Storm in the mid lane, I wouldn't call that a 1 lane.
Yeah.
Because then you have a Storm Spirit who's level 6, who's infinitely more useful than a TA level 6, right? Especially if you look at the matchup here, they already have slows and stuns, and they even ultimately will have track against the TA, which is a nice counter. So if you want to play the Storm versus TA matchup, I talked about this
It's gonna
quite
come
a bit,
down to
quite
the
a bit
runes,
with
right?
Blitz. What's that?
It's going to come down to the runes mostly, you think?
The
I
runes
think.
to an extent. I think if Storm plays it well, he gets 2/3 of the runes by default, maybe even all of
Yes.
them if he plays it well. And the way Blitz explained it to me is, a lot of people lose the Storm versus TA matchup as Storm because they treat TA as a ranged hero. So they just keep taking side blades. He says you need to play in your face. You need to pretend that TA is a melee. And you just play like you would against any other melee hero. You keep hitting her. If she comes up close, you just fight. Your
Yeah.
Remnant is stronger than she is.
That's what you do.
The moment refraction is down and she tries to fight you, on the low level she doesn't have side blades, or maybe she has 1 point. The range of that is so short that you can actually still land remnants on her. So she can't just bully you out of lane like TA usually does. And if she doesn't succeed in that, well, then you're going to farm as much as her, if not even more. It's actually a winnable lane for Storm, contrary to what most people think.
The only thing that really salvages is like a TA with a DD rune at level 7, and you have another medallion on your team and get fast Roshan. That's, I think,
Yeah.
where you can start snowballing. That's what you want to do. But
Well, now we got our final picks. Super will take the Beastmaster mid, and it's actually Hal that'll grab the Storm Spirit, probably Faith Lane, and PPD will final pick his Treant Protector. So he does end up with that defensive support after all. But
called it.
That was a
Yep.
sick call, actually. First pick of the tournament, I think.
Is
First
it?
time we see Train. Yeah.
I actually don't
Yeah,
think
it's
we've
first
seen
pick.
any Treant.
It's first
all right,
pick.
all right. Thank you, Syndrin. I'll take that pat on the back. No, so
I
what do you
forgot
think?
that hero existed,
you know,
actually.
what do you think about the drafts overall?
I mean,
who's got the edge here?
all VG's lineup is kind of single target burst. So this tree last pick is amazing, right? The only thing that really takes it away is the storm zipping around and maybe the quills stacking a lot on top of. But so this is
I guess
kind of a good counter.
The damage over time from the boar will help with the living armor a little bit.
Yeah, you also have the attack speed increase too. They have a lot of aura strat going on here too.
I guess if you have the summons Necro book, you've got enough summons that you can kind of
the necro books. for
yeah.
sure.
I don't want to say cut through the living armor, but
If
help
they
deal
get
with it.
necro books and TA doesn't have a BKB, she's dead after Aurora. It feels like.
If EG play this right, they won't die in the Legnant stage.
Yeah,
that's the problem for Vici. They actually can't kill anyone.
EG is so this bounty hunter is definitely gonna not feel effective right now.
Yeah, I think his goal probably this game is to steal as much of the pull experience as possible from EG, and then accept that getting kills is probably going to be impossible. And then once they start hitting their levels, they can start looking for ganks.
That's a pretty good tree right there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I actually haven't seen that set. That is really cool. Where did
Yeah.
that come from?
It's like
Is it a Christmas set?
Christmas tree. Yes, I was gonna say the same.
ESL. Oh, all right. Well played, ESL. I like it.
I'm glad our camera. Oh, jeez, our camera. I was gonna give him a shout out too. Jeez. Well, you get no shout out.
Nice, good job.
All right. Ooh, mango on the bristleback. Yummy, yummy.
To battle.
So
How will
I'm
this settle
thinking,
here?
all right, let's look at the early mid game, right? If we assume that Vici don't get kills, they might get kills, right? But I have a hard time seeing it happening very easily, at least. The number one most important thing for them, if they can get away with it, is to prevent Tree from getting levels.
Yeah, shutdown is kind of on PPD. You notice he didn't even go boots, right? So they're maybe not going to even roam with the PPD's Tree. You know, sometimes we've seen him in the past always get that leech seed and roam mid and get a kill.
I would say almost always. I mean, he used to do that all the time now. And why they bait him into the sentry, but the damage isn't there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, noble effort. Bounty runes, one apiece. Sumail will grab one and super the other.
I just think Universe is just going to get so much in this offlane, and then he's just going to roam and kill everyone from VG. And
yeah.
It's just going to be if they snowball or not.
Possibly, and Vici will do that dual off lane. It looks like Bounty Hunter with the Bristle. Right now, FY is still roaming about, but still spend some time up top for sure. So Beastmaster versus TA. We were talking about Storm. Give me some insight into this matchup.
This is the... I want to say one of the best melee heroes against TA in lane, because he's not only himself. He has the boar. And after the recent changes that allows you to have 2 boars, you can actually win this lane, I think. There's very few melee heroes that stand a chance against TA, but he's one of them. And
his base
I like
attack
this.
Is really
I think
beefy.
Him and Axe are like...
Yeah, X can do it, but that's also difficult. But yeah, he's one of the heroes that has a chance. I think it's easier for Beastmaster, though. Axe is takes a lot more crisp execution and timing with Battle Hunger and maybe some lucky spins even, but definitely a good melee matchup to have. And I really like the idea from Vici Gaming of doing that, because they get a hell of a lot of farm on Storm this way. He would have still had a fine matchup in mid, but putting him in the safe lane is going to give him complete free farm. Clock cannot contest a Storm in lane. There's actually no way. Even if this was a one-on-one matchup, Storm would be free farming. Clock's way he wins lanes is he runs in on people with Battery Assault. He loses a one-on-one to Static Remnant, so he can't aggress at all. And at the same time, getting the Beastmaster in the safe lane instead of where we've seen him in, in the mid lane instead of the off lane that we've seen on occasion, getting the fast roar is probably going to be necessary for them. They need a very long lockdown early to be able to kill targets, because they need to get through the living armor. And fast level 6 on him when, let's say, PPD maybe is level 3, then the living armor isn't that scary yet, and Bounty will definitely do his to keep PPD out of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the rotations that could be coming mid, Beastmaster's a little bit more tanky. You have the kiting possibilities with the boar. It's always nice to have.
What do you guys think about Bounty Hunter in general right now that we have a pause? Do you think he might be a little bit too strong? I know No-Tail yesterday seemed to think that once that hero gets a little bit of momentum, if he can find a timely level 6, the amount of gold you can rack up with just a couple of track kills is maybe a little too insane.
It's kind of like an all-in for me.
Yeah,
sometimes
I was about to say.
You either do amazing in the early game, and if you get those levels, you get some of these kills, then it's perfect. But if you don't, then you're going to have like a level 3 or 4 bounty hunter, and then all your towers are going to be dead, and you can't contribute to the team fights, depending on the lineups.
He's kind of a high-risk, high-reward hero where a lot of teams will try to run it and fail and not try again.
Yeah.
But if you have extremely good execution, it's one of those heroes where you really need good game understanding and a sense of how enemy heroes are moving to be effective. So I would definitely not say the hero is imbalanced. I would say the version really fits him a lot better than the previous one because, less combat mechanics,
more gold,
more focus
for hero
on
kills,
more focus on fighting in the first place. So team fights are more likely to break out than you get your tracks and. But you need level 6 first, and that's the risk-reward thing you need to balance out. Like, how can we get a level 6 bounty without losing too much on the map? Because he is pretty weak early on. His kit isn't that good, but the buff to Shuriken Toss level 1 is actually pretty significant. It does 150 damage level 1. It's a very good level 1 nuke. And I think that might be a big part of the reason Bounty Hunter is making a comeback, at least for a team like Vici, because even if it doesn't sound like that much with 50 extra damage, it's usually that little bit you were missing in the past from securing the kill, and that's everything for this hero.
It's a decent percentage buff from what it used to be.
Also,
so 50% damage.
What's really tough top lane, ice.
Yeah, without the boots on PPD, this is not nearly as scary.
The another thing to note is, well, with the Beastmaster, he can go back into the jungle too, or even get the Ancient stacks, and then you can also have the Storm Spirit in the jungle, then just put Bounty mid, soak up some EXP. That might be what they're trying to do.
Wow, EG and Vici have the 2 highest first blood rates since DAC. That's interesting, 56 and 55% respectively.
In games where EG get first blood, Sumail gets it in 47.6% of the games.
That is an insane statistic, actually. It speaks to that individual skill cap.
and also their focus on getting Sumail a good game. I mean, it's one thing like his own individual skill, but they've really in the past put a lot of priority on getting Sumail ahead, because a lot of their lineups have been run around Sumail playing these snowball-y heroes like TA, Storm, Shadow Fiend, where if he gets off to a good start, they feel confident in the game. So it makes a lot of sense, but it's still a really high number.
EG's lost 3 couriers this game in their last 3 or 4 games. I don't know.
You mean this
5.
tournament?
Yes.
I was gonna say, losing 3 couriers at 2 minutes is pretty intense.
You know, I mean,
and the game is pretty much over.
Pretty much. And I hope they just doesn't get sniped out again here from the bounty hunter.
Well, he's already lined up for it. But
EG has to know this.
Yeah, exactly. And how do you play around it, though? I mean, is there an alternate path you can take when you know the bounty hunter is lingering around here?
You could wait 50 seconds.
You have to
get
wait.
a crow. Or you need to...
I guess that's the safest way to do it, even though it does slow down your bottle.
Yeah, you could wait for crow. You could move it. There's actually no safe pattern for the Dire. So either you wait for crow or you manually you ferry it with a hero, or you do this. You go all the way back to your tier 3 to get the courier.
Yeah, they just pinged it out too. They know. They just saw the vision. So,
all right, this is really important for EG that this courier does not get sniped. Even though Sumail maybe loses 2 or 3 creeps, easily worth it compared to losing 1,000 gold and all your mid lane potential.
So should we talk about this Bristleback being level 1 and the Bounty Hunter being level 1? I mean...
Yeah. Bristle still has 0 CS. He can't even get near the creep wave. And then you look at the clockwork, he's already level 4. Like you were talking about. No way to zone him out.
Yeah. This is
huge disparity growing between the offlaners.
Yeah, that's actually a really big problem for Vici. They need to start finding some levels here.
They're going to find some now in the top lane. The lane is being pushed here. EG, nice Universe stealing the stack there a bit. Oh, it's not even pushed. I thought it was. But they have a sentry down that can see him. They saw him. Oh,
okay.
They don't have any dust. That's probably the next agenda for EG. They need to get out of dust.
A little bit unfortunate for EG there, actually. If they could have not revealed that sentry, maybe they could have caught FY off for a kill, but he was like right on the edge of it when they auto-attacked him. So he should be able to play around it at least for now. Universe doing a great job leeching XP down bottom. He's got to be closing in on 5, yeah. And 13-0 in terms of CS. Pretty good score for the clockwork this early on. Good predictions, Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can safely farm with every single rocket. They don't really... I don't know how he's got this many CS. I feel like this is
the biggest thing is that he was cog blocking into the trees, and then so the lane's always pushed back. So Venge has to pull, and then he can always contest the pull because it's just the Venge in a storm.
Yeah.
They have no way to kill him.
He can't aggress himself either, but he's okay with that, I guess. I mean, if you're playing Dire offlane, you're level 5, minute 4, you're generally super happy. Having 15 CS is just a bonus.
Having this much CS is just amazing, though.
This has to be a really big lane win for EG. They must be ahead by like 1,000 or 1,500 gold already, I would guess.
Yeah, it must be. No,
yep, about 1,500. They're
close.
Close enough. So how the hell are they not further ahead than that?
I'm wondering that mid lane is a wash right now. They're very even in CS. The position 1s are about a wash. So I guess the disparity is really just the offlaners. Both. Oh, Courier! It's going down, baby. 1,400 net worth boots and a bottle. Now Sumail in trouble. Super trying to lock him down. FY on his way over. Living Armor will help him out. Now a TP rotation. FY, he's committed deep for this. Will they find the first blood? No, it goes the other way. It's a 1-for-1, but Owie gets the first blood. A great trade, and EG come out the winners.
And that's Bounty Hunter not getting EXP too. I would say that's another big thing.
It's a huge win for EG. Yeah, good point. And Owie got... What level is he now? That's level 3 on the Lion. That's a huge bump for him.
This is still a really, really big problem for Sumail. He's basically shit in the next 2 minutes. No bottle, no boots.
I appreciate your candidness about that.
Well, honestly, what's he going to do right now?
No
He's going to port into the lane.
They don't have
he needs
Roar,
babysitting
though,
right now. Like, this is... Or maybe not, but... Yeah, this sucks for him, really.
All right, so we'll get a replay on this here. FY.
This is the most important thing that happened in that fight. Like, the 2 other kills in comparison to this are less important.
Yeah, that's 1,400 gold gone.
And then Sumail
gets
roared under the tower. Super tries to go for it. The Living Armor is what turns this around and makes FY commit so deep. Of course, hoping he can get the kill before he dies. It's a close call. But Owie's there with the crowd controls. Even gets the kill on the board at the end.
And it actually looked like FY missed an attack, if you know what I mean. Like, not literally missed it, but he misclicked, so he didn't. He misclicked it, so he didn't get the swing off. I think it wouldn't have mattered there, though, but it would have been really close. Maybe Vici Gaming could have even got the first blood there, but I still think they're going to be happy with the outcome all in all. It sucks for them. Bounty doesn't get experience, but still, getting that courier snipe, getting Super a kill as well. He's going to be looking good in this mid lane.
He's so close. He's... How far off is he? Yeah, 1,000 gold away from the Necro book. It's going to be very scary for EG. They don't really have anything to deal with the Necro books except for getting BKBs later.
Yeah, so what level is the Bounty Hunter right now? He's a 3. Okay, he's making progress. At least he's not bottlenecked at level 1 anymore. It's a full spread of abilities. How? Level 7. Let's have the Soul Ring. Could be looking at a Bloodstone Rush rather than the Orchid. Could also just be a casual Soul Ring.
I think this is an Orchid game. They really only have AUI to shut him down.
Yeah. So I would have thought it's an Orchid game as well.
Right, so then the net worth graph also considers items you have on the courier when it's dead, right? Because then Sumail's actually 800 gold behind in mid.
I'm not sure. I think it still counts in your net worth if you own the item.
I think it should still count, because it's like having a rapier.
Else it doesn't make sense. With the items he has, they are worth way less than that. So yeah, it has to count. So he's actually, because of that exchange to the mid lane, he's a good 600-700 gold behind right now from that one kill. And yeah, losing the courier didn't make it any better.
But FY is ready for this. As soon as that courier respawns, he wants it. Uh-oh. Whoa.
Wow.
It's stunned for the hog. All right. Gives him the love tap right back. Crit. And we'll burn some of that mana from Owie. Nice little exchange there from FY. So how's the Bristleback doing? He was in Strug City early on. Looks like all these rotations have opened up some space. And yeah, now Ice 3 is almost level 5. Still lacking on the CS, but he's getting something now at least.
It's so important for the overall game plan of EG, though, that Bristle doesn't get strong. That hero is...
Yeah, they're getting diving him. He's going to go down here.
Well, we talked in the draft about how much damage Gyrocopter can do to Bristle, and you blink and you'll miss it. That was...
Yeah.
Usually a tanky hero.
Alright, Sumail gets his items, and...
Instant roar. There's your dust. Fenrir coming in. Sumail gets living armor. He'll live for now. Again, a great rotation from Owie 2000. Hex onto Super. They'll still try to commit into this. Maybe they'll just switch to the Lion. Trap comes down. That'll slow him up a little bit, but Sumail, he gets clipped by the poison. Long range zip from How. Another TP coming in. Wild Axe is running amok. Impale will be off the mark. FY trying to do what damage he can, but he's getting knocked out. Fear now rotating the Gyrocopters here. It's Fenrir that's fallen first. FY makes it away. The Rocket Barrage laying into Super. Not enough for the kill, but How
has
completely
no
out of mana. On the run. Owie 2000 getting tracked down by FY. An odd fight that ends with only one death so far. How might be able to make it out of here. He's got the Soul Ring in 1 second. Living armor. Nope, that's the Leech Seed. He still has the Soul Ring, has a couple of stick charges here, needs to be very careful about the Soul Ring usage. There it comes out, but Universe with the Battery Assault secures the kill, and it's Evil Geniuses with a 2-for-0.
He should have just used his Soul Ring when he was zipping and zipped further away.
He actually let the leech sheet go off.
Yeah.
He could have just jumped early. He had 250 mana. That was greedy.
And then, yeah, TA was able to get a trap off because he was in range.
Well, nicely done by EG, and now Fear. He's the big red winner off that one. 4.3k on the net worth.
And Ice is going to be in trouble here. Gyro's coming over again, as well as PPD. This is does he not have a TP? Oh, man.
He does not. Rocket Barrage, even to the backside with 2 points in Bristleback, just cuts him down like butter.
Yeah, if he had a TP, he could have lived there, but not having it sealed his fate.
Things looking a little bit rough for Vici Gaming here in game 1. Hook shot right onto Super, and, well, they'll get off some dust. Maybe they could possibly turn this around. Nope, it's Sumail that's rotated over.
What's the cooldown? That's an 80-second cooldown on Roar, just wasted for nothing.
Yeah, I'm surprised he used it.
But Hookshot is on cooldown as well, so.
Good rotation, and this is when things get scary. Once Universe finds that 6, he can just move around now and wreak havoc on the other lanes.
This Treant Protector has been so important for the early game.
Oh, yeah.
It was a really smart pick.
It's changed fights that would have been easy kills for Vici Gaming. Like, instead of them getting a kill, they don't even trade. Like, they just... Instead of a 1-0 fight, they get 0-1 2 or 3 times in a row. And it's actually... I think twice it's been worse than just 0-1. They've
saved First Blood, and it saved Sumail in the mid lane. Well, twice, basically. So this is really good so far from PPD. And what's his level like?
He's 6, I think.
6?
Yeah, he's got the ult. He just did 6. And he has Arcane Boots, too.
All right.
Very nice.
Wonder what his next item is going to be. I don't think this is a Glimmer game. This is definitely a Solar Crest game, though.
Yeah, Solar Crest is great against Vici Gaming's lineup. He might also just consider either going greedy and trying for an X or getting a blink.
The courier.
Oh,
the
speed boost. Well timed.
That's so fast now. Jesus.
If they didn't have speed burst, it was gone.
What is it 650 now?
It's 800.
800. Oh my.
It used to be 650. It got buffed again.
I feel like it needs another buff. It's so slow still.
Just give it teleport.
Yeah.
Yeah, let couriers use TP scrolls.
You have to buy the TP for it.
There was a time in Dota 1 when couriers could ward. That was pretty broken, actually.
I actually remember that. There was a long period in Han when that was the case.
Man, FY. Oh, they are like on the ball with this bounty hunter right now.
I mean, they know his tricks. At what point should the bounty hunter kind of give up on this courier sniping and just try to leech XP to that level 6 mark? I feel like until he gets track, he's not useless, but not particularly useful either.
He's only level 3, actually.
Yeah, this is becoming a bottleneck.
This is definitely FY's hardest bounty game so far in the tournament, and this is why I'm really curious to see what Vici do, because their game plan with bounty, apart from that one kill they managed to get, it's definitely not gone the way they want to. So do they have a recovery plan, or is their game plan already like falling apart? That's my question.
They kind of have to find a pickoff, I think, with Super coming in with the Roar, because Ice is way too far behind as well. I don't even know if you can bait Ice. He's just going to die.
Yeah.
And then... Yep, and just have to find a way for Bounty to get evolved in 2 kills, and then that'll be maybe his 5, and then hope he can get a free lane after.
And it's because of this that I'm not a big fan of the solo offlane Bristle. I think in this version and the way teams play the game right now, it makes a lot more sense most of the time as a solo mid or a dual off, because you really want Bristle to get farm. Like he's ridiculous with farm. Right now, they don't really care, actually. They'll just kill him.
The worst part is they were trying to do dual lane. And it's with a bounty hunter, though, and they've done it with the Spirit Breaker, but it's against a gyro. You can't play this matchup against a gyro. No. There's just no way.
Both sides doing a good job with their ancient stacks. Sumail will start to clear out that big one, and there's at least a 3 or 4 stack for the Radiant on their side.
They have vision of this, though.
Yes.
Sumail.
Moke rotation. Yeah, they've got the ward on the high ground around Roche as well as FY here, but they know it. Hook shot in. The dust is there. FY gets dropped, but he dies to the neutrals. Oh, my. Bad RNG for EG. They'll lose their line first. Now the zip from Hal heading on in. Sumail getting low, but Fear doing an absurd amount of damage. It's Vici now on the back foot. PPD coming around the backside. It's all evil geniuses in this one. Hal, the only one left alive. The bounty hunter's so low level, he's actually respawned before the fight ends. Oh my Atlanta, this is bad. Whoa, there it is. Hal stuck on the high ground, and
he's tagged too.
He's got double damage. Rocket Barrage, that'll one up your double damage. All right, Soul Ring up in one.
He was actually going to live there.
Yeah.
That Impale was, or Earth Spike, sorry, was perfect.
Perfectly timed. That Soul Ring was just coming up. So let's look at that fight recap if we could.
We could say Fear just won that team fight for them. If Fear was not there, that was amazing for VG.
Did EG buy anyone back there?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm surprised they didn't gain more than that. They gained like 700 or 800 gold.
No, that was just for the Storm kill at the end. For the recap.
That was only that.
That was just the Storm.
Okay.
That wasn't the whole fight. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, then I'm surprised they got that much.
They saved their ancient stack too, which is another big point.
Yeah. Ice will clear out theirs, but I guess the one redeeming quality of that fight is the bounty hunter got denied by the neutrals. And that's not really a victory for Vici, but it's a little bit, a little sprinkle.
Well, this is a little bit... This is looking good for Ice now.
Oh.
Well,
that was
anymore.
Not the plan.
Never mind, I jinxed him.
The caster curse. So it looks like...
What does he have? Is that a...
That's a headdress,
He's going for a mech.
Yeah.
So late.
It's really late, but it's still needed.
It's definitely the item.
I think Vanguard is great too this game, but they like to play with mechanism first for that team fight. He'll probably go it afterwards, because I think Crimson Guard's not too bad against the flat cannon and then the DPS from TA.
Yeah, this gyrocopter is starting to get a lot of momentum. 2K net worth up on the leading farmer of Vici here. Storm doing okay, but all right, Yasha coming out. And
that new cheap Deso, it's so good for TA.
Yep.
Wow. Sumail went from, I'm a little underfarmed, to all of a sudden I've got a 15-minute Desolator, and his damage is potent.
The way you're used to seeing Bristlebacks in this tournament, when TA hits him with Meld Strike, that is not what Bristleback has looked like.
Oh, he got the spike off.
FY in a little trouble. There's the Hex flying through, but Fenrir is nearby. Some TP rotations from the Vici side.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of heroes down here.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to brawl.
Where's the Bristle? He's still top.
He's farming up
Does
top.
he have a TP?
You know what's another great counter to Beastmaster's Hawk? This rocket coming in for Universe. I think he's been using it a lot effectively too. And if you can get the Hawk out of this vision, this could be a good Roshan, but I think it's getting scouted out right now.
This is hard for Vici to contest, though. They know what's going on here. You've got call down around the pit, you've got hook shot from around the side, and the overgrowth. This EG lineup is kind of meant to Roche, especially now with the Desolator.
And essentially they'll be fighting at 4 and 5 because Bounty Hunter really doesn't do anything right now. If he had track right now, he could track multiple targets and get a bouncing shuriken, and then
without
all of a sudden you do some damage, but...
Right. If there's no mech on Bristleback, there's no way to contest as well.
Yeah.
That's just
well, they'll have it really soon
hero.
here. Just about 300 gold away from the recipe as he pressures the tier 1 up top. It was the gyrocopter that took the Aegis. So Fear's getting there. Went for that early HOD as well. Oh, he's got the Kunkka set. I like that. That's the Summit 2 rare. All right, here we go. Hook shot. He'll be off the mark to PPD. Overgrowth onto FY. He'll get punished once more. Still not even level 6. The Bounty Hunter gets brought down. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, this could be the end of the Aegis. Fear getting low. Vengeful Spirit trying to finish him off, but Fenrir just doesn't have the damage. Living Armor comes out, and Fear will make it away.
Yep, no TP gaming. If he had one less item there, if he had his magic wand probably dropped or his Aquila, he would have went down, I feel like.
Yep.
It's what Arteezy's done a lot during the tournament too. Oh, the finger. Geez, nice camera work there, catching that at the very end. I would have missed it.
Yeah, that was tough. Nice play from Owie, though. The burst damage to bring down Super 3-13. The Evil Geniuses looking strong. I feel like this Bounty Hunter is the one piece of redemption for Vici. If he
get
can
the bounty. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right.
Bounty, get the bounty.
Come on. That's his recovery.
If he could just find that level 6, maybe they can start doing it.
They have vision of him right there, too. I don't think Universe has a rock, flare, or hook.
Oh, he does. Dust. They need the vision. Ward on the high ground. They're burning so much to find FY. Point blank hook shot, and they punish it again. They even
That's a Radiant Ward, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he put it up there. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Yeah. I thought it was Universe. Good call. They even fly the courier overhead to taunt him a little bit there. I like that. The style points. So, Universe has bought Blade Mail in all 20 games of Clockwork he's played this year. Interesting. Force Staff Blade Mail, the Universe style.
It's a good item on Clock. Blade Mail, he's one of the few heroes in the game that can almost force, like really force enemies to hit him, apart from, of course, someone like Axe or
like
whatever that has a taunt. But
yeah, Bloodseeker and Axe and...
You hookshot in, you can't ignore him. You have to do something. And most stuns in the game deal damage, so if you want to control him, you get to pay for it with health. And if you want to try to kill him to save the guy in the cogs, well, you know how that goes.
You have to Venge swap. That's their one saving grace. I mean, I haven't even looked at Venge's levels this game either. Like, she's level 9 Gs in comparison to the Bounty Hunter.
I mean, FY's just been roaming around, and another hookshot under the tower. Dust used, call down, and a rocket. They are just picking FY apart.
They have sentries all over the map, it feels like. They have map hack on the Bounty Hunter, who's supposed to have it.
It still feels
Top
like...
lane. AUI.
Ice. Will he fall? Yeah, they'll trade 1 for 1, though. Hal brings down the Lion, ends a killing spree. Now it's Sumail in some trouble. Living Armor comes out, but it's just not enough. The Templar Assassin will end up 6 feet under, but a close call.
That damage.
Yeah.
And I was about to say, it feels like, in comparison to a lot of the other games we've seen in this tournament with this kind of kill score, it was before that, it was 3-13, I think. Or 3-14, something like that. No, wait, it was 3-15, actually. Vici Gaming are still within reasonable reach of this game.
Right.
And now they got track. So, like, in most other games we've seen at this point, we're talking 12 to 15,000 gold lead. So the question is if EG can keep the pressure up and actually take advantage of their lead, or the problem is if they make, like, one big mistake. If they make one big mistake, they give away 3 or 4 track kills. They probably give Storm his next item with that. He already has the Bloodstone. So now EG's execution needs to be as good as so far, if not even better, to make sure they get this one in the bag. And
yep. They don't have much to really lock down the Storm, as we've talked about. Only the Lion, really. Maybe if Universe can hook in with Cogs, that could really help out. But still, they're going to need the BKBs from EG. That's going to be their biggest thing. Sumail really needs one as fast as possible, as well as Gyrocopter here. Oh, hook shot
off
onto
the mark. They're trying to chase down the Beastmaster up top, but PPD in a good spot for Overgrowth. Oh my! Sumail on the backside with the side blades doing huge damage. Gets an easy double to start off the fight. Now Ice locked inside of the Cogs. Will survive for now, but Fear finishes off the Beastmaster. Super tries to save, or Hal, pardon me, tries to save him, but it's not enough. Ice in some trouble. Pops the mech, but Sumail chases him down. This could be a 5-0 here, boys. Vici Gaming in trouble. An ultra kill for Sumail. 21-5. It's the Dire coming out big.
PPD
right, so just when we said they needed to do it, they get that Overgrowth.
Is MVP.
That was so sick. Sumail on the high ground, just laying side blades into the team through the Overgrowth. That was sick.
Perfect positioning by the Train Protector right there.
Yeah, Fear was taking out Beastmaster all by himself, too, over there.
All right. Yeah, that was just a solo back and forth.
And now we're closing in that gold lead I was talking about. I think that was a 4K swing, and they got a tower, so probably like 5K.
Let's look at this sexy Overgrowth here. PPD just in the perfect position. Connects on 3. The 2 supports get obliterated.
Yeah, there's only one track, too. So, and then they're not even going to go down. And then Super on the backside. And this is where you could see the missile. Oh, he tried to TP out the missile. I didn't see that. I knew he got missiled, but he tried to TP away.
He was close to making it out also. So disastrous for Vici, and at this point, I mean, what do you do if we... Oh, well, we missed another kill on the Bounty Hunter during the instant replay. Surprise, surprise.
Can we get an instant replay on the Bounty death, please?
Yeah, we could just get like 10 of those. What is Bounty Hunter's death score right now?
Yeah, I want to see how many deaths. 1-7 or something.
He is
0-7.
0-7, so it's close.
He's closing in on No Tail's record from this event.
Yeah.
Super, smokes break. Universe goes in someone's... Sumail's
going down, but Ice in trouble, even under the tower. They will bring down the Templar Assassin. Universe, he 4 stabs away. It's now Fear trying to finish off Super, and he might be able to do it. Dink goes the rocket, but Fear out of mana on the run. A swap from Fenrir. He's tracked up, stunned up as well, but a Ravage coming out of the Lion. Oh my god, it's the Radiant getting cleaned up again. Living Armor keeps Fear alive, and they turn it around. Now the Overgrowth on Super. He'll try to TP home, but there's a battery assault. Universe is there. It's a 1 for 4. They kill Sumail, but it comes at quite the cost.
That Earth Spike, oh my god. Woo. That looked like the kind of fight Vici Gaming could maybe pull the game back with, and now they only lost like 800 gold there because they're really far behind, and they did get 1 track kill on a key target.
Yeah, they ended a big streak with that too.
I think Hal had TP on cooldown. If he could have been there for that fight, that would have actually been maybe almost a full-on comeback for Vici Gaming.
Yeah,
but obviously
should have died if Storm was there.
EG took the fight knowing that Hal TP top, I do believe, so... All right.
I mean, look at Fear now. He is just so far ahead. 50% up on Hal.
6K unused gold right now.
Oh,
that's, I would say Butterfly. Yeah, he's going to get a Butterfly here. This is...
Did he buy the quarter? Yeah.
Yeah. I got math, at least in Dota, not in poker.
So is Butterfly the right call here? You're talking about the BKBs being the key item for EG.
I think it's still the right call. I mean, you still have Living Armor, and if he can't get hit, right? Everybody keeps on focusing on the bottom lane. AI still going to get picked off, but killing FY once again, man.
That's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's a Bloodstone charge.
And it's a streak ended, so Hal actually gets a fair bit of gold out of that.
Almost any 1-for-1 trade for EG isn't worth it right now.
Up top, Ice on the run. Sumail with the Desolator doing a lot of damage. 4 staff from Universe. Will set up for the hook shot and nowhere for Ice 3 to go. The offlane Bristle gets picked apart again. Meanwhile, though, PPD gets caught out in the jungle. Hal finds another. It's actually the Beastmaster that'll get credit for it with that little boar there. But okay,
it's crazy. It's 8-28, and the Storm Spirit has the same net worth as the TA. Okay, never mind. They weren't matched. They weren't matched up. One is position 1, one is position 2. But even then, actually, TA tends to get a lot of farms the mid laner. So it's actually pretty impressive that Hal is going toe to toe with her. But if you want to look at it that way, then Beastmaster is 7,000 behind the Gyros.
I mean, I think the biggest problem here is that EG have the late game heroes. They've got Gyro, they've got Clockwork, they've got TA. They can scale very nicely. And you look at Vici, Bristleback V has that momentum, can scale very well, but at this point you can pretty much cross that off the list. And Storm, He's got to carry a lot of weight here, and I'm not sure if he's big enough.
Beastmaster can actually turn into a kind of semi-carry if he builds right. Not with his hero itself, but with the right item build. I'm not talking about him going like something like the Abyssal Blade going in and hitting people, but if he manages to get a Refresher Orb somewhere down the line and having obviously the Necro Book and 2 Roars is pretty scary, but that's far off. He's currently building something with an Ogre Club. I think this is going to be a Halberd. Both Gyro and TA currently showing no interest in getting BKBs. Oh, never mind, she has one, so... Okay, nice send. Maybe he's getting it for the Gyro.
He's getting Sage Yasha.
Yeah.
Gotta slow him down during the BKB.
He could get a BKB on the Beast. I really don't think that's the plan, though.
It has to be
really
an Halberd.
But...
I mean, a 4-staff wouldn't be too bad on Beastmaster either. They need something to get people out of these cogs besides Venge Swap, I think.
Al has a completed Orchid now, so some more solo kill potential. He's still farming quite nicely, keeping up with Sumail.
The good news for Fear, though, is that generally with Gyro, you're going to be kind of scared of a Storm around the 20-minute mark, but you actually can't solo him. Fear is way too tanky, way too far ahead. Butterfly, great item against Storm, who
can no longer get the Hex anymore to really like counter him. You really need to... Is it MKB time on Storm Spirit or something?
I think that's a possible build we could see.
I don't even know. Well, he has enough attack speed to get it, but it's like a 6th item or something.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Rotation from Vici, though. They've got 5 heroes coming to the tier 2 up top. They'll do the wraparound, sending FY in to scout behind the tower, get some tracks going on. Hookshot will come in, connects on the Bounty Hunter. He'll get dust of it on the other side. They want Fear. Call down on 4 members of Vici Gaming. They'll mech through it. A 1-for-1 to get things started, but now a buyback from Fear. He'll TP right to the tower. Rocket Barrage to clean it up. Vici in more than a bit of trouble. There's only one left, and not for long. It's a 5-for-1 trade. The buyback from Fear, more than worth it.
If you had a BKB there, he would live, but still.
Oh my god, okay, I take that back.
That's nothing.
Oh, they still got 2K experience.
So Vici actually had the net worth gain from that fight. That is insane.
Oh, they're pretty far behind. And it was a track kill on Fear.
That's true.
There were 5 heroes involved. So.
Very true, but still, that shows the power of the Bounty Hunter and still the power of the Rubber Band if you're this far behind.
Question is if EG can go high ground. They didn't really expend any abilities, actually. They might be able to, or at least get... The Roche is theirs if they go.
Hook shot from Universe, connects on FY. Surprise, surprise. Finger from Owie. Zip zap, he's dead.
Yeah, trying to track FY get burned again, but still Roche is up now, and they'll go back for it. Yeah, they have to put Aegis on Fear.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's Sumail's next item? Is it Butterfly as well?
I think that'll be really good.
You could go Butterfly, or...
They just don't have...
You could just go raw damage. You could just go Daedalus.
I just have nothing to really counter out the Butterflies except for 5 people on the 1 hero as we saw on Fear.
That's true. They need a Silver Edge.
And Owie with this Yules, he knows he's the main target of the Storm because he's the counter to Storm. But if he gets jump orchided and he's fast on the button with Yules before he gets Vortexed, he can actually counterplay Hal entirely. This is starting to look really, really good for EG. It's still, in the scope of this tournament, incredible that they're not further than 15k behind with the skill score.
I'm still surprised that it's 9-34, and it feels like Vici are still at least able to put up a decent fight in these skirmishes. Fenrir now on the run. Sumail does get tracked, and EG will not pursue deep into the jungle. And on the other side of it,
thanks for the 450 gold super.
Yeah.
And with Necro Books down, I think it's really hard to defend. Maybe if this tier 2 wasn't here, they would go high ground, because a lot of that burst damage onto your T or onto your Gyro is those Necro 3s.
PPD doing a little Warden here on the plateau up top. Get some good vision into the Vici safety zone. I feel like Universe has just been all over the place this game, though. As soon as he hits 6, it's just been hook shot after hook shot. 4-0 and 18. Why did I not draft him?
Clock in general, this tournament has seemed pretty sick, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a small sample size, I guess. I'm mainly thinking about today and Zai's performance yesterday against Vici Gaming. Maybe it's just really good against Vici. They seem to really struggle with this hero, and maybe they should ban it out next game.
Bottom tower has fallen.
All right, tier 2 down, bottom falls.
Here we go.
EG, they want the high ground.
This is going to take a really, really good fight from Vici to hold this.
Yeah, Magus up on Fear. There's a Blink Dagger on the Beastmaster now.
How many buybacks do we have for this for VG's side?
Not
Got
many.
Storm and Ice.
And Bristol, yeah.
Wow.
All right,
Well, tier 3
Owl.
tower down. All of Vici have now come back. They're ready to try to make this hold. Living Armor onto Fear. Howl comes in, hits him with the Vortex, but Owie right there with the Hex to counter initiate. They'll do a lot of damage to Fenrir after the swap. Primal Roar comes out, but Sumail, he's BKB'd. It feels like Vici just don't have the damage. Bristle falls first, will buy back. Now Sumail getting low, but has the Living Armor. That'll keep him safe. Then PPD with a beautiful
Hex.
ult locks down Howl. Buyback on him as well. Already a 2-0, but the buybacks might help them clean this up. Universe getting a little bit low, but still
AUI.
alive. Another wonderful stun from AUI. This Lion might as well be a Tidehunter. Dieback now on the Storm, and Vici starting to feel the pain.
Yep, they didn't even lose. Aegis have it. Fear still has it.
EG may
Oh, and
still
a
be able to get the
Satanic
barracks.
too,
They'll go for
jeez.
melee. That's it. Vici call it GG. The Evil Geniuses take game 1 of this lower bracket elimination series. Vici now fighting for survival coming into game 2.
They really destroyed the Bounty Hunter. Like, Vici's entire game plan about skirmishing with the Bounty Hunter early just failed entirely. And then, well, later on into the game, obviously, Fear getting a lot of farm here, and they controlled the map very well. I think that the key picks for me in this game for EG, Treant, Protector, and Clockwork. Of course, the Lion's performance was incredible from Owie. I don't know how much I would attribute it to the pick rather than just his play.
Yeah, both him and
I feel like
PPD.
the support duo of EG carried a hell of a lot of weight this game, and,
Yep.
and Universe as well. Incredible performance in Clockwork.
I just
Yeah.
think everybody, especially those three, just had an amazing performance here. And
Wow.
yeah,
5-0
Bounty Hunter.
and 20.
When have
on the
you seen a
clock.
Bounty Hunter 31 minutes in, level 8?
He was